Okay, Senator Sutherland, you're recognized on Senate Bill 1954. I believe we had a motion and a second on the bill. We had a motion and a second on the amendment.
The bill enacts the Noah Dean and Nate Act, and we'd like to have a motion to reconsider our action on Amendment Number 1.
Questions on the amendment? All in favor of Amendment 1, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Amendment 1 is adopted. We're back on the bill. Questions on the bill?
Madam Chairman, I'd like to go into recess and have the mother of one of the children come forward.
Okay. Would you please state your name, please?
Jessica Winstead.
Please make sure the button is lit. Excuse me.
Jessica Winstead. I'm the mother of Noah Dean Winstead, one of the boys and the bill's named after. I've got some things to hand out to you. Is that okay if my daughter hands those out?
That'd be fine.
I appreciate being allowed to speak here on behalf of the Noah Dean and Nate Marina Safety Act. Becoming an advocate for safety is the last thing I would have ever imagined myself doing. And from the depths of my soul, I wish I had no reason to sit here in front of you today. My son Noah died from electrocution on July 4th, 2012, while swimming at German Creek Marina in Granger County, near Morristown, where we live. For many months after Noah's death, I had no interest in learning what had caused his death. The word electrocution was beyond any comprehension I had. It was a word I associated with how a murderer should die, not my 10-year-old son. But after almost a year, I gradually came to know more about what happened to Noah as I was introduced to other families who lost children to what I now know is called electric shock drowning. I now understand that electricity leaking into the water causes multiple deaths every year, some from electrocution, and countless others who lose the ability to swim as they come into contact with energized water. I also now know that the United States is way behind in safeguarding the public in ways that other affluent nations have done decades ago. I could have gone on with what is left of my life after the loss of Noah and try to look away from the death he suffered. But I have been led to do what I can to help safeguard Tennessee families and tourists from the dangers of electricity and water. No one's life should be shortened out of negligence and disregard for others, and no family should suffer the agony of preventable loss because dangers are ignored. I am here because I understand that it is necessary to compel public marinas to ensure that their facilities abide by state codes. German Creek Marina, where Noah and Nate were electrocuted, had 20 violations when it was inspected the days following July 4th, and y'all have a copy of that. I would like to bring your attention to the electrical safety inspection that was completed at German Creek Marina on July 10th, which my daughter handed out to you. I've highlighted the violations that led to Noah's death, to the death of Noah and Nate. These include number 10, quote, feeder feeding the marina needs its own breaker and ground wire. Ground fault protection. I'd like to point out it's a basic element of modern electrical safety. As you can see, the marina also had incorrect breakers, lacked the correct wiring, had the wrong receptacle equipment. This was the case at the slip where Noah and Nate were electrocuted. And German Creek was cited for various other ground fault protection infractions. These violations were only found as a result of my son's death. The bill that I'm proposing would end after the fact inspections. Ground fault protection is critical at marinas because electricity leaks out of aged and faulty electrical equipment and leaks out of boats from friction and wear and tear on wiring and from boat owner remodeling errors. Ground fault protection around water is critical because water and humans are extremely conductive. Exposed electricity passes through human bodies with devastating effects, and when we are in water, the electricity is overwhelming, paralyzing, and lethal. That is why these GFCIs are required by law at every electrical receptacle in homes and public buildings near sinks and bathtubs. Throughout the state, Tennessee families use public marinas that they assume are safe, and it may well be that the marinas owners have ensured that their facilities are kept in safe condition. But it is also equally likely that a significant percentage of them have ignored the condition of their electrical system, as German Creek Marina did on Cherokee Lake. The NOAA and NATE Marina Safety Act will end this negligence on the part of some marina owners and will require all marinas to be subjected to periodic inspections that so many other businesses are subject to annually. Because of the exposure of marinas to year-round weather and friction brought on by constant movement of the docks, an inspection of marinas on an annual basis, like other businesses, is a more appropriate approach, and that is the recommendation of the National Fire Protection Association and National Electric Code. Please bear in mind that this bill does not make marinas the only businesses that have to have inspections and safe electrical systems. For reasons I cannot comprehend, marinas have thus far been free from mandatory inspections. This bill does not single marinas out in any punitive way. Instead, it holds them to the same accountability that other Tennessee businesses are subjected to who make their services available to the public. Although it is likely that marina operators have pondered the danger of electricity leaking into the water around their docks, the public at large has been thoroughly uninformed of the danger. I'm happy to report that we are at the tipping point of change in the U.S. Beginning next month, there is a nationwide effort coordinated by the National Safe Electricity Council in cooperation with the U.S. Coast Guard to raise public awareness about electric shock drowning. The campaign will include numerous articles in boating magazines, social media campaigns, and paid public service announcements in 55 markets. And next month, Nashville will host, with pride, I hope, the 18th Annual International Boating and Water Safety Summit. This public danger of water, boating, and electricity is not an issue that is going to go away. It is not going to be ignored and hushed any longer. There are numerous national groups and industry leaders who have made electrical safety at marinas and docks a priority. This committee and the 108th Tennessee legislature has the opportunity to enact appropriate legislation now. This public safety measure is coming, and I hope that you will all cast a vote in favor of the Senate enacting this public safety code in this session. Leaving it to a later legislator to do so risks the safety of Tennessee families, and I can't imagine any one of you wanting to do that. I have provided a number of relevant materials for the committee, and I will send to each of you by email links to online articles and videos. I think these will be useful to you in helping to explain to your Senate colleagues the reason you have voted in support of the NOAA and NATE Marina Safety Act. And I thank you all for letting me speak. And I don't know what this bill will come down to, but I certainly hope it's not money. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Winstead, and we are sorry for your loss. Thank you for your bravery in pushing this bill.
Thank you.
Senator Sutherland?
We're ready to vote.
Okay, we're voting on Senate Bill 1954. All in favor vote aye. Madam Secretary, would you call the roll?
Senator Beavers?
Aye.
Votes aye. Senator Bell? Senator Burks? Votes aye. Senator Ford? Votes aye. Senator Gardenhire? Votes aye. Senator Gresham? Votes aye. Senator Nicely? Votes aye. Senator Somerville? Votes aye. Chairman Sutherland?
Aye.
Votes aye. 8 ayes.
Okay, Senate Bill 1954 goes to Calendar Committee.